Dana was not able to join us today, but she had some information to share, so I'm going to share that on her behalf. So today, Dana wanted to celebrate the 2025 Seal of Biliteracy recipients. Our region has significantly increased its number of recipients for the Seal of Biliteracy. To earn the seal, students need to have at least 5 years of studying a target language. Thank you for all of you that are promoting and extending your language programs to make this a viable option for students. So she wanted to celebrate that, so congratulations. Migrant summer services for students. Stay tuned. Dana will be sharing out information regarding that. And then for the High Impact Conference, Dana has 2 sessions she wanted to be aware of. One is Dr. Durant from Kent State. Dr. Pratt and Dr. Jasso will conduct an all-day train the trainer or Tier 2 dyslexia screening of multilingual learners of English. Attendees will leave with all the materials and tests in both English and Spanish that are not vendor available. Okay. This is appropriate for any Tier 2 test administrators, SLPs, title teachers, TESOL, and bilingual staff. We may not have the opportunity to be trained and given these materials again, so please make sure to send at least one representative from your district. The other thing she wanted me to mention was that the ESC partnered with SJL Educational Consultant Sarah Levitt to provide scaffolding sessions geared toward content classroom teachers. So this is going to be during the High Impact Conference also. She's a fan favorite at the conferences, so please share that with your teachers. There is also a presentation from 2 Franklin elementary teachers, shout out to Maslin, about engaging activities appropriate for English learners, and Eric Kurtz is presenting on technology and translation tools. So just wanted you to be aware of those opportunities from Dana's perspective. All right. Next up, we have Amanda.
Good morning, everyone. So we have just one update from the state, and it's just in time for the end of the year. They have opened up applications for HQIM for new additions. They are now under review. So if you are going to, purchase another curricular option and adopt a new curriculum or intervention, new additions are now open. So they send them their way. I also want to talk to you about a couple of opportunities that we have for professional learning in our county. This is actually up in Summit County. It is Unlocking Literacy for Every Learner, and it is being hosted by the University of Akron. But this is a great opportunity. So Jan Hasbrook, who is the author of Student-Focused Coaching and Climbing the Ladder for Reading and Writing, is going to be their guest speaker and keynote speaker. It's supposed to be a wonderful event. There is a cost to this event, but if there are any teachers that sign up next week, they are also giving out some free resources. So please, on the right-hand side, you can kind of use that QR code to register some of your teachers if they are interested. So that opportunity is available this summer in July. And then the Literacy Academy is also open up for registration. So this is through Read Ohio. And this is a wonderful event. Last year, they had over 1,500 people in attendance in Columbus. And this year, they're bringing some big names. They have Joan Sedita, who is the author of The Writing Rope. They have Dr. Mitchell Brookins, who is going to be their keynote speaker. A lot of big names they are bringing in to have this wonderful conference all about literacy. So I will be there. Send you people. We're happy to meet together, but it's going to be a great event. And that is on June 12th. And then finally, I just want to kind of talk about some celebrations from this year's Literacy Network. And the first one is in your inbox. You have the last edition of Lit Matters for the year. We will continue to do those newsletters next year as well. Please feel free to pass this along to any teachers that might not be on our distribution list yet. But that has been sent in your email. I also wanted to draw your attention to letters. We this year had, and I'm going to look at my numbers, 2 cohorts, but in units 1 through 4, we had approximately 20 participants in every single unit. And then in units 5 through 8, we had a range between 30 and 55 attendees for each of those units. And we had wonderful conversations. It truly is an honor of mine to be able to get to work with your educators. You have amazing teachers. And so when they get to come here and we get to talk about literacy, it's one of my favorite things. So if you are wanting your teachers to participate in letters next year, the form is due tomorrow, but please write in anyone that you would want to participate in the cohorts here at the ESC. And if there's any teachers that you know need to make up a session, there's options on that form to add those teachers as well. And then finally, I just want to talk to you a little bit about our literacy network. Again, big celebration. We have an implementation team from K through 12 of 10 participants that are in 8 different districts. But we've also had a lot of guest educators this year that have gotten to participate in our breakout sessions during our literacy network meetings. And these teachers are exemplary. And we've gotten such great feedback from the other educators that have come to the network, learning from their fellow colleagues. And we are just, I know Christy Ovak and I are just very honored that we get to work with this amazing group of teachers. They are really putting the practices that we talk about into place and making them applicable for all of the other teachers. And so our literacy network will continue next year, that K-12 network. We are really going to be focusing on writing, but this year we also began that writing journey. And within our K-5 network, we had about 50 participants every single meeting. And then in our 6 through 12 network, we had about 25 teachers that attended. And so in each of those meetings. And so we are just really honored to be able to collaborate with your teachers. And we will continue to kind of work towards taking the research and taking what's best practice, implementing it in classrooms, and then evaluating our impact. So that is our goal for next year. So next up. Right, here you go.
All right, thank you. Real quick today, guys, I have some dates up there that are coming up on when test results will be released. So I know we got a little bit more time in this last window, but we're almost done with that. Before the window closes, May 9th, remember, if you would like printed family reports, you need to go into Tide and request them for the OST and the end of course test. Otherwise, those won't be mailed out to you. Sure. So the one thing that you will notice on there, Alpha came out April 21st. So if you're looking for those results, you can find those in the CRS already. At the top, there's a link there for the preliminary test results. For that, I always get the question every year, should I put those in right away or should I wait till those come out and they've been scrubbed and cleaned? We usually go with just right away. Remember, in the fall, I'm going to update our report card trends that's going to have all the updated information. So this sheet right here is more of the test results just came out. How did we do? Like it was English 5, really bad for everybody or something like that. So that just gives us an idea of what's going on there. But I will update those report card trends with the actual numbers that are coming out of that will appear on the report card when that comes out. So this is just the preliminary results that we're filling out there. And then the second thing that I want to, or the next thing that I wanted to remind you of is right after our meeting today, 11:15 to 12:15, Jessica Lort from ODEW is going to join us. She's from the Office of Accountability, and she's going to walk us through the report card for the college, career, workforce, military readiness component of the report card. So she's going to talk to us about that component. She's also going to talk to us about how that will be included in your overall report card grade. So that will be coming up right after our meeting today.
Thanks, Brian. Couple of things, that should say Sam and phosphate. I fixed it on the slides, but we're live right now. The list for the evaluator training, we have a lot of people already, some of the newer principals or principals to be are starting to fill in for our June OTES training. We try to explain to them that, getting your OTES early is better. It looks good in an interview. It also looks good when they realize how hectic the first month of school is. They have to have OTES training to even get into the system to be able to see anything in there. So even if they're from your district and a teacher, and they've rolled over into the administrative side, they can't get into the access, a lot of the behind the scenes things. So all of that is in there. I sent an email out about a month ago that is kind of like an update with some important dates. And I must have received like 20 emails from principals thanking me for some of the reminders and the cheat sheet. So I'm sending it out 3 more times. Not that you need these dates or anything, but the dates actually mean something. May 5th, as a reminder that everything needs to be to the teachers by May 10th. By the way, if they haven't finished their evaluations by last night, today's May 1st, we've hit that deadline. So the May 5th is a reminder for the next deadline. Then the June is the reminder that I'm opening up the OTES and OPES training for the fall. And then the August is just a reminder that I've opened up the evaluative counselors, OSES, for it's still online. I got permission from ODEW, State Board of Education. I received permission to continue ours as a online asynchronous training. Also, a reminder that Ohio ES opens. So that's why I'm having those. The Mentor Academy workshops, we still need people to be mentors. They still need to be put in the system. Yes, I know you've all read all 5,000 pages of the budget bill. Somewhere around page 2,000 something another. There is a bunch of language about what's going on with resident educator. Mentoring is still there. Other things may not be. So don't want to get into the weeds because you know that'll change by the time we get it out. But I'll keep you up to date as we hear them. But I think it's important to make sure. I know I spoke to Scott. We already got people lined up for Minerva. So if you have people that you know want to be mentors and they don't want to forget, go ahead and send my name, because when I send out the email blast to register, I'll put them in the BCC so they get a reminder also. But we do everything to make sure our locals have a seat. That's why we don't open it until late. Sam and Foss fees, we sent the letter out yesterday or 2 days ago, Tuesday. Tuesday.
Sometime this week.
Sometime this week. And as we've been stating in meetings since January, it was a change up in how we're doing it. We know that it's going to be some confusion and bumpy roads, but going forward, that is the plan, working with our treasurer. That is just that one billing of a breakdown item analysis of what you owe. You kind of could look into next year. The pre-budget, it's pretty much going to be the same. There's no change. We've already said there's no change in the SAM fees, and, really the FOSS kit refurbishing is a small amount in regards to the entire overall budget you guys have for the SAM. So keep that in mind. If you have questions, we know some of the treasurer assistants have been reaching out to us and somewhat of nervous, this is new. It's okay. We'll get through this. If you find something that needs, let me know, let Dale know. I say me more than Dale because I don't think Dale wants to get phone calls this phone about me. So, and 2 things that are slightly off script. One, I sent an email out to all the science teachers yesterday about the sea anemones that we received free outside of the grant. They are cool. We got tons of emails. Plain Local already has reserved them for next year, and I don't even know how to even say their name. But they're the sea anemone that could do all kinds of things. And if you're really bored and want to watch them eat brine shrimp, you can go next door. And they're really cool. We get Dr. Echeverry. It's amazing that she even said that. And the last thing that's off script is just what Dr. Shah, right? Dr. Shah said. Is a lot of the things that he spoke about is exactly what we're hearing from our phys ed teachers and our lead meetings. It's about the healthy living. How do we increase our healthy living? How do we get our students to understand it? You know, a lot of our students, and we're not knocking waivers, but a lot of them do the waivers. But even the coaches are saying, just because you're playing football or basketball or marching band, it doesn't mean you understand how to live healthy and the 3 a.m. bedtime, 6 a.m. wake for a shot of coffee. So it was just very interesting how that kind of supports a lot of what they're saying. So just a little off topic on that, but I thought that was important. And next we have, thank you.
Good morning. Well, it's a little tough to follow Tom Nunziata when he goes off script, so I'll try my best. Celebration, state updates. The new gifted rule goes into effect in July. So yay, we have something new. Here's the thing, we don't have an implementation guide yet, and we don't have anything online that actually summarizes the new rule. I'm sure that will be forthcoming from the state. If you are still looking for some gifted hours for people in your districts, I know a couple of coordinators had mentioned they still have a few people that are looking for hours. At the High Impact Conference, I'm going to be doing a 2-hour session on engagement for gifted learners. It will cover things like relationships, teacher clarity, productive struggle. That will be the first 2 hours. And then I'm bringing in 2 teachers and 2 gifted intervention specialists to do another hour of different strategies that they're using in their classrooms. So 3 total hours would be available. And I know that I've seen some of the other speakers coming in that are also going to be offering gifted hours at HICE. So there are some opportunities for teachers that might need those gifted hours. Also on June 11th at HICE, in the gifted coordinator meeting, we talked a little bit about this. I did find Chris Trainer from campus coming in to help with art assessment training. So if you have some teachers in your district right now that you would like to have trained to be assessors to identify for gifted in art or music, we're going to be doing a 1-hour session in art and followed by a 1-hour training session in music. That'll be vocal music and instrumental music together. I know many of you are trying to bring those assessments for gifted ABD back home into your districts. This is a great opportunity to have a couple of other teachers trained in that area. So you can reach out to me. Brian and I have been talking about that a little bit. If your teachers are only coming to HICE to do that training, we may have a different way for them to sign up, but I will keep you posted on that. Right now, if you can just in your mind, start thinking about some teachers you might encourage to come to that training, to get that training and assessment training. We'll figure out exactly how we're going to be doing that in the next few weeks, and I'll send that information out directly to you. Thank you.
It's math time. Thank you, Dawn. I got one cheer.
Make you math one more time.
One more time.
Yeah. So we spent the whole year and really pushing the idea behind thinking and reasoning, but we've also talked a lot about there are times when kids just need to get a number and calculations, and calculators are okay. So we're telling you right now, if you want to pull out your phone because you all have a calculator, you're allowed to do that.
This is not a thinking and reasoning activity.
Yeah.
Get those phones
This is
out.
just a math is cool activity. So while you're getting out your calculators, I want you to be thinking about a number between 1 and 100 and write that number down. Just write it down.
Because you need to remember it.
Yes, I'm just telling you to write it down because I wrote, the first time I did it, I didn't write it down. I was like, what was my original number? Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So whatever your number is, you can put it into your calculator. And then we want you to add the number 28 to that number. Should have a new number now. Whatever that new number is, you're going to multiply it by 6.
Make sure you hit equal. every
Yes,
time.
yes. We have a new number. Subtract 3 and hit equals. Now you're going to divide that number by 3. This is why I had you write down your original number. Subtract 3 more than your original number. So whatever your original number was, 3 more than that is what you're going to subtract.
This is where language comes into play.
To that number that you now have, add 8. And going back to that original number, you're going to subtract 1 less than your original number. Your final step is to multiply that number you have there by 7. Maybe just turn in chat.
What'd you get?
Oh, how cool is that?
You looked at me like I didn't hear it.
That's great. Stop.
How excited y'all are about Yay.
So is there a way we can do that with a number between 1 and 1,000, a scheme like that, you know?
It'll work for between 1 and 1,000. Because there is a,
It's the same scheme.
I walked by Brian yesterday. He goes, hey, I was working on your thing and I worked it out. I'm like, I did too. So it's those math brains, but it works. There's reasoning behind it. It's algebraic, and without getting too much into the weeds, if you try to set it up as an equation or an expression, what ends up happening is if you use a variable for your original number, it ends up canceling itself out. So no matter what you get, you end up multiplying 61 times 7. So there is thinking and reasoning behind it. It doesn't just work because it's like, oh, this is just some cool trick that works. No, it's not a trick. There's math involved. But that's why math is cool. So,
You know how mathy Chris's brain is when I picked my original number to be, I'm like, I like the number 2, just gonna start with 2. She picked 3.5. I'm like, that's a decimal. Like, come on.
we have to make sure it works for numbers.
It does. Yes, I guess.
I think pick 2 and a 4.
Yeah, you got that though.
All right. So anyway, just things like this that can get kids interested in math and go, why does that happen? It doesn't just happen because like numbers work. It's really cool. Sometimes numbers are just really cool. Backing up one here. That's 2.
It changed, just give it a second.
I know, I'm like, I see it on the math plan.
I want to know what number Dave Fly picked.
What number did you start with, Dave?
This was it, like.
78. I had
Great talent.
Hey, you only need 26 people to have the same birthday, so if you have 26 people in the room, at least 2 people are gonna have the same birthday.
Really?
So the idea of picking the same number.
Everybody repeat after me. Math is cool. The math plan is still coming. We know that it's in a draft form right now, and people are starting to talk about it and look at it. So stay tuned. Should be coming shortly. From everything we're hearing, I think we're probably on track in this county of the work that we have done and the things that we have talked about. So it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone what's coming, but stay tuned. It's working its way here. We'll get there. Okay. Lavon, do you want to talk about anything on the celebration?
Yeah, just quickly, highlighting some of the things that we did this year in our math network and the number of educators that we've been able to reach. But wanted to give a shout out to that first one. We did have 12 members of our implementation team from 10 different districts in the county helping us plan and implement those meetings. So thank you to those educators. And again, Math Chatter is going to continue next year. Started some after hours networking that's been popular. Those are going to continue next year. And then of course our networks. But we have one more thing we're going to.
One more thing, and there's a flyer on the back table. If you've picked up the flyers, you have it. If not, you can grab one later. Mathapalooza Part 2 is coming in September. Last year at Heist, we brought in Jennifer Bay Williams and we brought in Pam Harris. And this year, or next school year on September 25th, we do have one speaker confirmed already, and that is Kevin Dykema. If you're not familiar with him, he's a past president of the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics. He is an educator up in Michigan. And so he's coming, he has written a book on productive struggle. So he's going to come and he's going to talk to us. Levon and I will be there. We are partnering a little bit with Kent State Stark University. We've talked with Dr. Shelley Heron and Dr. Bathy, and we're going to invite some pre-service teachers of theirs to come over so we can kind of start working at the college and university level and getting our message out. But we want to make sure that you all can send your teachers first. So start thinking now about who you want to send. Yes, it's during the day. We are trying to make the days so that if you can only do half days because you want to share a sub, we're trying to make sure that we have sessions at both half the day for all educators. So, and then maybe they can share back when they get back. If they come for the full day, they will have options without repeats. But if they can only do a half day, that's okay too. We just want to try to bring in as many people as we can. We don't have a sign up sheet yet, but we wanted you to give you the date because we wanted you to have the opportunity to think about it, who you might want to send, and probably at the administrative kickoff.
Yeah, we'll share.
We'll have a sign up document for you to register teachers that you would like to come. So please bring them. I don't know, it's just going to be a great day of sharing the math joy, and hopefully the math plan will be out by then. And I mean, we're not going to talk about the math plan there, but we can show how it relates to what is in the plan and moving instruction forward to impact students.
Can I bring up
All grade
Yes.
levels.
Can I bring up just one?
Yeah.
thing? So we've been working with some university partners and some district level folks to try to think about, like, from a pre-service to district level perspective, what's happening in regard to math, and what are the university students coming with, and what do we want to make sure that there's some clarity there and some common understanding. So that's one of the reasons we kind of started this conversation probably about 4 months ago with Kent State Stark. We also have Dr. Jen Hollinger will be also helping to present a session. And she's going to be working, they just have employed somebody in the area of special education at Mount Union. And that person will, I think they're going to be offering something on intervention. So that might be something to put on your radar too. Maybe you want to send some intervention folks to this session also. And as Chris mentioned, we really wanted to try to break up the day. So there'll probably be a keynote, about 3 sessions, and another keynote at the end. So that's kind of our tentative plan. So folks that come in the morning, you know, they're going to get a keynote and some sessions of their choice. Same thing for those folks in the afternoon. That's our tentative plan for right now. We went with RG Direct because it's hard to find a venue that's free, and it's hard to find someone that will, a location that will house like keynotes and then breakouts as well. So we're excited about this opportunity to be able to partner with some of the universities. But again, we want to offer it up for districts first. And so if we have, you know, great numbers for district level folks, we want to make sure that we offer, you know, all different levels. So you'll have elementary offerings, middle level offerings, high school offerings, and then there'll be intervention also. So just putting that on your radar.
Any questions? Thank you for sharing your staff with us over the course of this year. We love working with them and just sharing the joy of math.
Good morning.
Morning,
What's more joyful, arts or math? I would think I disagree.
Art about math.
You know, you can't have art without math. Or music without math. Just saying.
It's still more fun to read art. Last year, we waited and waited and waited for those standards to come out for the fine arts. They finally came out. And as you know, they were an alternative standards for this year, but next year they kick in and there's no alternative to them. So those 2024 fine art standards will be in place next school year. And I think most districts were using them anyway, but now they have the model curriculum out. Just got this email on Monday, and the window to give them a comment on the model curriculum closes on May 4th. So it's a quick turnaround.
so that they could have this, I'm thinking, hopefully, this model curriculum will be in place for next school year. So I sent this out to anybody on my arts list this week already. So if your teacher is on my arts list for theater and music or art, they got this from me. But if you want to send it out again, just in case somebody wants to comment on the model curriculum, feel free to do so. So public comment ends on May 4th. So, thank you.
All right, these are just quick reminders before we head into a quick break. At our CD meeting in April, we kind of talked through some of those action steps. Those items are due tomorrow. You should have received an email. Those of you that we are waiting to hear about your ACE principles, you should have received an email from Levon this morning about that. Coach and lead, we'll do a little bit of clarification around that. The CommLitCom, based on district level responses, that's an opportunity for your social studies folks to learn more about content area literacy. And so that opportunity is there. We've got letters, the evaluator training that Tom mentioned, RE Mentor Academy workshops, Dana's survey on MLE, and then if you are part of the CD network and haven't completed the survey, please do so. We appreciate that. Just two clarifying points. So if you remember, I'm going to use math as an example. About 3 years ago, we asked you to identify a person that was your ACE person for math at the elementary level. Those folks then had an opportunity, you had an opportunity to bring in others to join that district capacity team. So you have a group of folks back in your district that can help move that math and work forward. The ACE principals will be just another additional person because we know how important it is to make sure that we have someone at the principal level to help move that work forward also. So this is just a quick reminder. If you are wondering what specifically those ACE principals are going to be doing, they're going to serve with your math district capacity team. They will receive communication opportunities for professional learning alongside your math district capacity team members. We want them to be a conduit to go back then to your district and share out with other building principals the information that was shared. And then also, if you have an administrative team meeting, they could share that out also. They can assist with your math district capacity team folks in moving that math learning forward. They'll collaborate with other area principals and participate in professional learning and receive those important updates. And then finally, we would like them to be part of the Principal Leadership Network, and the dates are listed there. We're going to be doing some mathing in those meetings, just as we do in the CD meetings and ILC meetings. We want to make sure that principals are coming along side you, so it's not something that you have to try to move things forward on your own. You have a team of folks that can help move that work forward. So that's just a quick reminder about those ACE principals that you will select to be part of that math district capacity team. And then, here we go. I'm going to turn it over. Tom and Amanda, do you want to talk quick just about coach and lead and then CommLitCon, just a quick update?
So for the Coach and Lead Network, we are asking, and we already have almost 50 people signed up, which we're really excited about. Levon and I will be collaborating on this network together. We will have 3 sessions, and these sessions about half day. But we are asking that if you have instructional coaches or you have leaders in your district, a lot of instructional coaches were already listed on that form, but if you have leaders in your district that are really helping to move the work forward, that are partnering with other teachers to really make sure that instructional practices are being put in place, this is the network for them. We really want to make sure that we provide them leadership skills, communication skills, and coaching skills that are going to help really catapult all of the things that you're doing, the initiatives in your district. So we are not going to be doing any certain like model. We are really partnering with lots of different research and different entities to bring the best leadership and communication skills to your coaches and leaders. So we're really excited about this. So please feel free to sign them up by tomorrow. And then Comic-Con is really a partnership of literacy and disciplinary literacy content.
And we're starting, combining and working with those two areas in social studies next year. We explained this to curriculum directors last month. We are meeting with grades 7 through 12 in the fall, October 22nd, and grades K to 6, February 25th. We've asked that you sign up people. We've heard from many districts, but not all districts. So we hope that you take a look at that today or tomorrow and you get some people signed up. It's a great opportunity for them to come. They're all-day sessions, and we hope to have all of that science of reading information that they're taking in make more sense for their social studies content. So we want to make sure that they are using what they're learning through science of reading and combining it with the content of social studies. Think especially about the lower numbers are in the elementary sign-up sheet. And I know that, and you know that the focus has always been for many, many years, math now and language arts prior. But think about how you can use social studies in those subject areas, especially ELA. So please don't forget about those elementary folks and getting them signed up, because we really want to use that content in those subject areas.
And we're really hoping that the teachers that you sign up for this network are going to be able to come back and then share out that
Right.
information and spread it throughout your buildings and district. Our goal is that the work that we do in that network helps enhance all of their content area teaching, their literacy teaching. It just kind of strengthens those connections.
So think about what we're doing here. When you have a PD day, tap those people on the shoulder and say, hey, what you're doing in that session, can you help replicate that for us for a PD day for our social studies people?
Great.
We are working so hard to bring you the best possible high impact conference that we can. I told him yesterday I was having anxiety because I had all kinds of tabs open. I was living the Brian life for a little bit. And I was like, hey, listen, I need to turn my computer off so that like it, refreshes and gets all the gunk out before I have to run the slides today. But like, I also have to close all the tabs that I've been living on to run the conference for like the last 3-4 weeks. And so very reluctantly, I closed it out. So we have such a phenomenal conference ready to go for you. Just as a reminder, this is June 10th and 11th. And it's being hosted by our friends at Canton Local, so at Canton South High School. This is our live website at the moment. You can see that we are planning to go live with registrations on May 5th. So that will be Monday. We're going to roll that out. We have our maps in place. We have all kinds of good stuff. The important things are we have all the amazing food trucks back. You can find those on that homepage too. But if you are looking for a complete list of all of the amazing sessions that we have that listed for you on the session list page. If you've heard us talk about this before, you know that we pride ourselves on having something for everyone, and we truly feel like we have that this year again. So almost 110 different sessions over the course of 2 days. Things as niche as VPA training for our music friends, our art friends, and things as universal as AI training and all the other technology fun things. Plus a lot of really great content from some friends around the state where we were like, oh, okay, they're probably going to want to like do a Google Meet and maybe be a virtual presenter, but they're coming from Cincinnati and Toledo and from all across the state to be with us in person, which is awesome. So we do have a few international friends that are going to join us too. So some friends in Spain, I know are going to join us. Some friends from across the states are going to join us as virtual presenters, and you'll see those indicated on that session listing as well. So we're really excited about it. We will send out an email to all of our past attendees as well as all of you. So if you could amplify that email within your district, we would really appreciate it. We're trying to drive attendance as much as we possibly can. So if you could, like I said, help amplify that email, send it out to your staff. We try our best not to pepper people with emails in the lead up. So if you could just kind of, like I said, reinforce that message is out there, we would greatly appreciate it.
Can I add something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the sessions I'm really excited about, STRS. STRS is coming, not for those that maybe sit in title meetings and tell us the day they're retiring, but, no, we have, I don't know who does that. Maybe somebody who has a place in Florida. But it's going to be geared more to like a brand new teacher. I know some of you are much younger than some of us, but just think about, a lot of us had no idea what STRS meant when we started teaching. And it still does. But, so that it's not geared for your planning, it's to help educators get into and understanding like, hey, we still have some time to go. They're excited to come. So I think that's a good thing to help push some of our younger teachers. Like, this is a way to learn something about the profession of a teacher. You know, some of the things we sometimes, sorry.
No, you're all good. All good stuff.
And this is just a quick follow-up at our January ILC meeting. Mark Shearer was here to talk with us about Purple Star. And we just wanted to recognize the following districts that have a Purple Star building or buildings within their district. So at this time, let's give this list a round of applause. Right, without further ado, we're going to turn it over to our district celebration. So we're going to, I don't know about you, but it's humbling to sit and listen to all the wonderful things that are going on in the greater Stark County area. And just, I know as listening to people, share out, I know there are so many other things that you're thinking about, you wanted to share. And so appreciate the time and effort that you've taken to celebrate those things with the group. And as we go through the district roundtable, yes, Anna.
The only problem is now I have like this sense of panic because I feel very inadequate as I've listened to all this stuff. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get that done. I gotta go do that. I gotta go do that. So like, it is so wonderful, but now your like sense of leading is like, holy crap, I thought I worked hard, but we gotta work a lot harder.
It's one step at a time. I appreciate Ryan's perspective, just like look at the long haul, like that's where we're going. So, yeah, I echo what you're saying. So thank you. As you're thinking about the district roundtable time, Tom's going to lead us into that in just a minute. There may be questions that you have for districts about something that they shared or something else you want to add on about your district. Please feel free to share that at that time too. We, again, appreciate you and all the time that you have taken to come today and to share the great things that are happening in your district. I'm going to turn it over to Tom.